Hello there, guys. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to the channel. I sound like this a little bit because I woke up a while back, so I do have the vampire voice. Time it's pretty late here, early morning, almost approaching towards 4 a.m. And I'm wearing one of my favorite watches. It's an affordable brand. I think it's Podega. I think, yeah, this house I bought three watches, which are fantastic. In terms of dials and price point and value that you get. So I'll talk about my new watches. I bought quite a few in last few days, like last few months, sorry. And I'll do a separate episode on that. But today I would like to do a video on a Hugo Boss fragrance. I did say I have a sample review coming up, which is this one, Hugo by Hugo Intense. I think that's the name. And it's a new release. I have seen it in market. I wanted to buy this perfume, but I haven't got the bottle just yet because this fragrance is still a little bit more pricey than my liking. It's under discount right now on a site or a shop. They're selling this for $60, give or take, for 125 ml, I think. But I am expecting this fragrance to be available at around 45 to 50. So that price point is so much more, makes more sense and ideal for this particular line. I'm not saying that I decide what fragrance should sell for, but sometimes I buy fragrances which I know the prices of. Let's say a certain fragrance brand, when they launch and it's retail, and the retail price will go down in few months time, it will hit discounters or tester will arrive. So it's always nice to save 10-15 bucks, especially on designers and any fragrance for that matter. But I got this sample while I purchased a few fragrances recent time, and then I have a few more samples coming up. So this is a 1.2 ml sample, and that's what it looks like. That's the bottle, and I think it's in the same bottle shape as this one. You can see this is Hugo Boss Red. Actually, the original one from this line is Hugo by Hugo. Now it's called Hugo Boss Man. So they have quite a few flankers, Just Different, Red, Extreme, and then they have many other, in this line. So they basically are like Hugo Boss's fragrance around $45 in general. So they feature this kind of bottle. You have to open it like water flask or something. So it will spray like that from here. The sprayers are good on these. Just showing you one so you get idea. I don't know how the new sprayers are, but this is what Hugo Boss Red bottle gave me. I like the presentation. It's kind of unique. And I'm wearing this perfume on my palm here. And this is a pretty nice apple-based perfume in my humble opinion. And I like it a lot. So there are quite a few notes, but I don't remember all of them. But I'll give you what I feel. Let's spray this once more. The sample looks nice also, quite a nice little amount for you to explore. I think once you finish this, you'll know exactly if you want it or not. So I'm sorry I cannot show you a full presentation. If I get the bottle, I'll show you maybe in future. So let's go here. Let's just go a couple of spritz. Okay. Do they mention the notes here? Let me see. I did not actually check. Yeah, they have top notes of red apple, heart notes are red thyme, thyme or thyme, base notes are red leather. So basically it's giving you idea that its opening is going to be like a fruity red apple, which is very nice note because red apple is simpler. It doesn't excite me as much because red apple is something, like, apples are kind of boring for me. I do like Granny Smith apples, but I feel red apples a very common note. I have had many red fragrances like Polo Red, Red Intense, Ferrari Man in Red, and then I think they have a few more which have actually, like Ferrari's. I know, remember the Ferrari's Red, Man in Red was apple heavy. So apples basically are sweet, fruity. It gives you vibe like green apple note is in a fragrance called I think Parfum de Marly's Greenly, that has beautiful apple shampoo sort of a smell, very refreshing. So it does open up fruity. When I smell, this is a very intense red opening, which reminds me a little bit of a Valentino Vomo Coral Fantasy. That one had that beautiful apple accord. I'm relaxed a little bit. I'm just trying to like go down a little bit, relax so much. I'm just gonna go like this, I don't know. Sorry, a little bit. I'm not high or anything, but just a little bit chilled. So red apple, it's a very nice accord. And the opening wise, it's playful, it's fresh, it's fruity, it's sweet. So these things hit me, and then it's not totally unique. I smelled this DNA before, but it's a pretty nice opening. So in that way, it is sort of like those safe zone. It's going to be like a fragrance that you have smelled before and you liked before, nothing to dislike much. But yes, if you are used to niche perfumery, if you're used to more complex dark perfumes, this fragrance will come off as very basic. Okay, so here is the two different point of views. Second thing, it develops to be a little bit spicy. It does mention something like what is that, red thyme. Red thyme, I don't know about red thyme, but I the thyme and the herbaceous quality, and then the base of leather, it gives you idea, like if you know 1 million, it has a sweetness, it has a boldness, but this one is also not as bold, but it has strong presence. It performs quite well even from the sample, and I tried from a tester. So sprayer wise, it does not over like perform or like performs over Valentino Vomo Coral Fantasy. Coral Fantasy lasts at least 2 to 3 hours more than this, so that fragrance is more stronger. But that price point is also much more than this, at least $30 to $35 more. And if you buy retail, $50 more than this. Okay, sorry, $5 or $50 more than this. So Valentinos usually are 100 something. These are something like 60. So 40, 50 difference. So from that perspective, this is similar to that, but not Coral Fantasy's exact smell. So Coral Fantasy has something of a sweet accord. That one, I mean, I don't remember what note it was, but Coral Fantasy offers something that goes more into the sweet zone, like it remains sweet. This one remains fruity, and then slowly the sweetness reduces a bit. Then you have to, rely on the leather note. And the leather is something like they used in Hugo Boss Bottled, Boss the Scent, like this kind of fragrances, their leather accord is not very strong. So this fragrance goes from fruity and then a little bit warm, spicy, and leather herbaceous. So it's a good fragrance, but it can be a little bit boring to you after a while, because I can see it. If you're using it every day, you'll get used to the smell. It doesn't have a dynamic sort of sides. It is a very obvious, likable fragrance. So if you already have few red fragrances, you do not need this. But I rather will get it because I do love this kind of fragrance, and Hugo Boss is my favorite house. You can see my reviews. I covered a lot of Hugo Bosses. I like them. They are budget friendly. They are usable. But I will tell you honestly, like this fragrance is not like a must-have. Okay, it's a good fragrance. It's a good release. It's more better performer than their regular Hugo Boss. It's one of the better performers. I would say 7.5 to 8 out of 10. Ideal time to wear this would be spring and fall. Even in summers, you can wear it in the AC situation, air conditioning. But overall, this would be a good fragrance for youth, youngsters who love this. And Hugo Boss's best strength is it's a mid-tier budget fragrance, so it's not super cheap, it's not super expensive. So what's going to happen is you're going to buy this fragrance. Let's say you don't have a huge collection, and one fragrance covers everything. You're wearing this as a signature scent anywhere you go to office, we wear this, you go to gym, you wear this. It's basically like a Swiss Army knife, like a Dior Sauvage. So you can get it for that. It will cover all your purposes. And I can imagine like teenagers, let's say, bought this perfume and they have a nice little journey. They have a good memory. They may not buy this again, but it's a solid release. I'll give this fragrance overall 7.5 out of 10 for what it is. It's a good performer. Otherwise, it would get something like 7, but extra performance means, zero point 0.5, a little bit more. So Hugo Boss, Hugo by Hugo Intense, it's a good release, but not very unique. Uniqueness wise, it's kind of like a 4 or 5, but it's a good perfume. Okay, but I would prefer Valentino Vomo Coral Fantasy a little bit, over this one, because that one has a little bit more going on and it's a bit more interesting and a lot more performance out of that. Thank you so much for watching. Let's see what you can do next. Have a nice day. Bye bye.